Campus, which is like an online like women's college news magazine.
Mm-hmm.
So I write for like the chapter at UCLA.
Oh, cool.
So I have like 6, 7 questions. So where do you guys get your band name from?
Well, the band. What year were you born?
1998.
Okay, the year before that. And we were just like getting out of high school and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, we had a list of really goofy, crappy band names, and Plain White Tees was the best on the list, believe it or not. And so that was the one we were kind of leaning towards. And then we ended up seeing like a bunch of pictures of like bands that we love, and there's always somebody wearing a plain white tee. And our music kind of had that like 50s, you know, kind of especially when the band started, it was more of like an oldies sounding, you know, band. Like we a lot of our stuff sounded more like went for like 50s and 60s sounding stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you think back to that era, and you think of like plain white tee under like a leather jacket, you know.
Yeah.
And so the name just seemed to fit, so we went with it.
I like that. This one I have to ask. What inspired you to write Hey There, Delilah?
Oh, it's a great question. Well, I met a girl named Delilah.
That's all it took.
That's all it took, yeah. I mean, sometimes, obviously a lot of our songs are about girls and about love and falling in and out of love. But yeah, literally I met Delilah, this girl. She was a friend of a friend. We all went to a show together. And
What was the show?
the show, I feel
Because
like
the rest of the
was,
story is pretty boring, but like, what was the show?
Yeah, the show. Yeah,
I feel like the show might have been a Lucky Boys show. It was
Oh,
at House
okay.
of Blues in Chicago.
Okay.
And we went with, like I said, with friends. There's 3 of us, and I was just like totally smitten. Like she was so pretty, and so I was just goofy flirting with her all night, and then wrote the song.
So where does the New York part?
She went to school in New York.
Oh,
The
okay.
next day, she went back to
Got
school.
it.
Poetic, right? It's like, whoa, I met this girl, and then she had to leave the next day, and then you know she had to go back and be with her boyfriend all the time. It was like, what the hell?
Are there any artists that like influence your style of music? Like which ones from the past and which ones from the present?
Someone else answer.
I mean, from the past, it seems like Beatles trickles in, Tom Petty trickles in from time to time. You're not going to hear that too much on the new record.
Michael Jackson.
Sure, there you go.
Well,
Michael
yeah,
Jackson
on
from
the
the
new
past
album.
might squeak into the new record, but
Mhm.
Tom was kind of citing the Weeknd a little
Weeknd.
bit.
Yeah, The Weeknd. I mean, I feel like The Weeknd, Strokes.
Yeah.
John Bellion.
Yeah.
He really
I love John Bellion. Yeah, that's some of the more modern stuff that we love.
Okay, awesome.
Skrillex, love him.
Mhm.
So yeah, if you mix like the Beatles, Skrillex, and Weeknd, it's like
Kinda is what
it's
you're
great.
The current
Yeah,
album.
for real.
Yeah, kinda
Yeah.
weird.
How has your music style changed over time?
Well, we added Skrillex and The Weeknd to our inspirations. No, you know, it's funny. It's like, I think just music in general has changed, you
Yeah.
know? And I think we're just kind of changing along with it. I feel like the songs we're writing could have been the same songs we would have written 10 years ago.
They just may have been
produced
arranged differently by us or something.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, before we would have sat in, you know, Dave's garage or my basement or something and just
Guitars, bass, and drums.
yeah, and just
Yeah.
jam through a song until it felt right.
Yeah.
And now with you know laptops and you know all the technology, you can sit in the studio and just mess with sounds until something sounds cool. You know, you're not as limited to just guitars anymore.
Yeah, it's cool to still have like the guitar vibe. I feel like that always like
Oh yeah,
sticks, and it's always what people like.
totally. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I agree.
And since we're like her campus is like geared more towards females, so what does female empowerment mean to you?
I kind of feel like
First off, I feel like your publication is like kind of sexist. It's not geared towards me.
You can read it.
Oh,
It's so applicable. It's like college women like
Yeah.
write everything.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, they all ride it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I feel
Very
like
pink.
women are always like in my opinion,
Women
they've,
are always
like,
in power.
yeah, they have the power that, and maybe you just don't know it all the time. Like, seriously, you
Always
guys are,
have.
You always have all the
you have, it's yeah, we like worship you guys. Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, if it wasn't for a couple of bad egg men, like who make people scared, I would say that yeah, he's right. Women are always in power. Men are just constantly seeking the approval of women.
Yeah.
Good to know.
All the time.
Do you have any advice to college students pursuing careers in music?
drop out.
Yeah.
Wait, of college students?
Yeah, drop
So
out.
music, yeah. Jeez.
I mean, I would say after you graduate.
Oh, right there.
Keep
Unless
it-
you're at like Berkeley School of Music
Of
or
course,
something
of
where you're
course.
like becoming a trained musician, I would
right,
say
if you're
drop
going to
out.
school.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just give it your all. That's all you can really do.
Try to do it every day.
Yeah.
And also, if you are so inclined to perform live, get out and do it.
Mm-hmm.
And don't wait for an album to come out.
Yeah,
or
don't wait for anyone to give you
a
permission.
manager to tell you where to play or whatever. Just go play.
Find opportunities. Just get out there. Work as hard as you can.
Yeah.
Do it as much as you can, and just
Things
do
tend
it.
to find you if you do.
What?
Be good at what you do.
Oh, be good.
Yeah, be good comes with
For
hopefully
everyone
with
else's
trying.
sake.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah. Do you guys have any favorite venues in LA that you like to play?
Yeah, I don't know. I
There's
don't
a lot.
think we've
I mean,
played
there's-
here before, have we?
No, we've played here once.
Yeah.
We had a
Sure.
private
Yeah.
show, yeah.
Mhm.
Because I don't remember.
But it was.
Is
Yeah,
that
that's
what
right.
it
It
was?
was.
Private
I think you're
show?
right.
It was a
Yeah.
private show.
I remember having dinner down the street with.
Are you sure it
Yeah,
wasn't
significant
like
others.
the One Oak that used to be Key Club?
No, you're thinking
No.
way back in the day.
Yeah.
But
Troubadour, maybe?
we used to have
Troubadour's
a
in
lot
Greece.
of history at Troubadour and
Is the
Viper
Greek still a
Room.
Greek, or is that, did that change?
Those are both awesome.
I think
There's
it's
the
still
Greek.
the Greek.
Yeah,
Will
the Greek.
Turns,
Yeah, the
good
Greek's
spot.
Greek.
Gibson Amphitheater.
But yeah, this small clubs.
Yeah, like it's the.
Remember we played Staples Center with Fall Out Boy? That was awesome.
Yeah, we loved that venue.
Yeah.
Oh, Palladium. No, we never played there actually.
Yeah.
Hollywood Bowl. That's our favorite.
Yeah, it's great.
And then
We're just
one
naming
more
every venue we've ever
question.
heard of.
Yeah, no, just
I think this is my last one. What's your guys' favorite song to perform live?
Ooh. Well, we have a new album called Parallel Universe out.
Mhm.
And so on this tour, it's actually, I think, called the Parallel Universe Tour.
Sure.
Very creative. But we're playing a lot of the new songs off the new album. So I think just, they feel so fresh still. So I
Mhm.
think those are the most fun to play right now, for
Mhm.
sure.
It's true. Yeah, but which one's your favorite?
All of them, all the new
All of
ones.
them.
Of the new ones, which one's your favorite?
To play,
Probably the one we all want to cover.
Bonnie's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Bonnie's
Bonnie?
fun to play. Bonnie, I Want You. Low is pretty fun to play.
Yeah, a lot of them are because they are fresh.
There you go.
I think that's it for my questions.
Awesome.
Cool.
But thank you guys so
Yeah.
much.
So did that count